Ben Daniel Podcast, check it in here. What are we reacting to today? Well, Come On Now, the podcast came out with a video called Paige Bueckers and Juju Watkins Can't Draw Like Caitlin Clark. I'm thinking just based on the title alone, we're going to get some severe truth bombs. Before we get into the video, let's just make sure we subscribe to these guys on YouTube. If you guys aren't subscribed to them already, let's make sure we subscribe to them. Not only do they do WNBA, I see some UFC stuff on here as well, some NBA stuff here as well, and also they have a Twitter as well. Come On Now, the podcast. Let's just really support, give them a follow. But without further ado, let's see what we are getting into today. Paige and Juju can't draw like Caitlin Clark.
Mathematics. They're going to lose $50 million this year as a league.
Okay.
$50 million.
That's quite the way to start this off, huh?
Looking up
The
to
truth?
see the attendance at USC games, Southern Cal games with Juju Watkins. I don't Arizona. February 12th, 2024, 6 p.m. game at home, 4,564 people. Now, capacity of the Galen Center is 10,258.
Oh my
Juju
God.
Watkins, who is an elite basketball.
Folks, that's nasty. That's not good. We're an elite freshman. We have the Juju Watkins hype, and we're not even selling out 50% of the arena.
Basketball player can't fill up her own building. This is what I'm talking about.
That's LA for you. That is LA.
You may think that she's really great, and you may think that she's gonna do what Caitlin Clark has done, and I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt as she was a freshman. But she was talked about on a level in which they were trying to compare her to Caitlin Clark and say she was better than Caitlin Clark. Newsflash, she wasn't. She wasn't close to being better. She shot 40% from the field. Caitlin Clark.
No, she wasn't close to being better than Caitlin Clark. She had a better freshman season, I think, than Caitlin Clark had. I think she showcased that she has a crazy handle. I think she reminds me of DeMar DeRozan, to be honest with you. A nice mid-range game, mid-range assassin, and that's going to translate nice into the WNBA. But did she have a better game than Caitlin Clark? No. This guy's absolutely right. Hell fucking no.
Clark shot 46%. She didn't shoot anywhere near the three-point percentage of Caitlin Clark shot. She didn't shoot 90% from the line. She didn't average 9 assists a game. She didn't lead the country in scoring and assists. Like, she didn't. These are facts. She had a great freshman year, and she's a really good player. But this is a home game against Arizona. Let's take a look for another one. Let's see here.
It's only going to be worse. They're in a whole new conference. Whole new conference against a whole bunch of teams that they have absolutely no history with. Folks, let's say there were 500 people from Arizona making the trip over there to USC. Nobody's flying out from the East Coast to USC. Nobody's flying out from the middle of the country to go over there to USC to watch a basketball game. Hell no. No matter how much you might love your son or daughter, you're not doing that.
As the season went on, let's look. They lost to UConn in the tournament. Arizona State, 2-9.
Caitlin beat them.
3,100. Understand that this is what we're talking about. When we're talking
3,100. Who's that against?
State, 2-9, 3,100. Understand
Ohio
that
State.
this is what we're talking about. When we're talking about impact, it's not just the impact when you play your rival or when you play one of the best. It's your impact and what you draw when you play the shit can. I don't know what Arizona State's record was. I don't even.
Yeah, he's right. He's absolutely right. No matter who you play, your impact should showcase through no matter what. Caitlin Clark was playing against whoever. That game did crazy numbers on TV. People were lining up. I remember when she came over here to New Jersey to play Rutgers. People were lining up before Caitlin Clark even touched down to get ready for that Iowa game. That was huge over here in the area. So they got to do better.
Care. I don't care. Arizona State's record. Oh, let's see here.
People aren't flying around to watch Juju. Come on. Come on, she might be a great player. By the time we get to 3 years, 4 years in, we might be singing a different tune. But in her freshman year, to put her on the same level as where we're putting Caitlin Clark, she's nowhere near where Caitlin Clark should be right now. If she does a huge March Madness tournament run, if she does a 30-point game, 30-point game, 30-point game, 30-point game, 30-point game, next thing we know, USC is in the championship game against UConn or against somebody else that's going to make us watch. That brings us some storyline as well as some story, as well as some scoring. Then I think we can start seeing Juju move the needle. But it's really hard for these people over there in USC to captivate the attention of the American audience. You know, Caleb Williams over there in USC. The last time somebody from USC really captivated people's attention was Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, Lendell White, Mike Williams, Pete Carroll, those Trojan teams. I don't remember the last time somebody from USC was like, wow, I need to see this person play. I don't remember the last time I had that thought against somebody wearing a USC jersey.
Yeah, they're not very good at this stuff. They were 10-12, 10-13 when they played this game. Again, not a good team. 3,128 people show up. Colorado was good. 57-62. So a half-empty building against Colorado, who went to the Sweet 16. Utah.
I like how this guy's editing his videos together with the facts, just piecing it in.
26-71. Washington. 34-16.
Oh, we're going mad teams.
Oregon 22-82.
Oh, no.
Oregon State.
Oh my God. Oh no. He is going game by game. He is going game by game saying 2,000 people showed up, 1,000 people showed up. He's saying you ain't shit, your mama ain't shit, your daddy ain't shit, your sister. He's fucking going, man. Okay. All right. Hey. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Facts don't care about your feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings. You could do all the talking you want, but until you start buying the tickets, until you start buying the merchandise, Angel Reese fans, Asia Wilson fans, I'm talking about you. There's still Wilson basketballs. Shame on you guys. Until you guys start doing that, there's no impact there. There's no impact. None at all.
It's 27-49.
You can ball, but you're not moving the needle.
Hell, let's look at it the other way. Let's look at it the other way around. UCLA. Let's say did they play at UCLA this year? They did not play at UCLA. Let's see how they played when they went to Oregon.
Let's see.
Oregon had 7,145 people.
Oh no.
Matthew Knight Arena. How seats 12,364. So as great as Juju Watkins was, and as important as good as she was, as good as Juju Watkins was, she's not drawing this type of crowd. Wherever Caitlin Clark went last year as a senior, wherever she went as a junior, the Road Arena was full.
Folks, she came to New Jersey.
Clark play over their own team. They didn't care about their own team. They cared about watching her play.
Absolutely
and
right.
And that's what we talk about when we talk about changing the game, the impact. And Cheryl Miller says, oh, they know we're going to have another gold medal. Who cares about the fucking gold medal? Nobody cares about the gold medal. You know what people cared about? They cared about watching Caitlin Clark play in the Olympics. That stupid committee stole the opportunity for the world, not the United States of America, because
Oh, this is a Rudy rant. Rudy's rant. He's fucking ranting.
WNBA games are not being played all over the world. And if they are, no one's watching. Let's not sit here. Let's not treat it like it's the NBA. It's not the NBA. It's the WNBA. It's still not mainstream like that. It just isn't. No.
And just touching upon his Olympic point, I think we were also robbed of the moment of Caitlin Clark and Taurasi both having that picture taken together, old guard, new guard, passing of the torch. We've seen it. LeBron, Kobe. We're going to see it. LeBron, Anthony Edwards, whoever it might be from this generation coming in. We're going to see it this year. So we're robbed from that moment alone of the picture of Taurasi, Caitlin Clark. Those two together with a gold medal repping the USA, I think would have been a legendary picture.
Worldwide, you took away the opportunity for the world to see Caitlin Clark in action in the Olympics, the grandest stage, international.
The world, Craig.
What did you do? We said, fuck it. No, let's go send Diana Taurasi, who's been there 5 times already. Let's go send Chelsea Gray, who's averaging 7 points and 4.5 assists a game this year, and was injured for the last 10 months and has been absolutely terrible, and is still really injured and really shouldn't be on this team. Let's go send over Kelsey Plum, who's 5'8", yet Caitlin Clark ain't physical enough. But
Yeah, Kelsey Plum should be on the team, but the other two, Chelsea Gray, I completely agree. Chelsea Gray has no business being on that team, none at all. It should be Sabrina, Kelsey. I mean, I can agree with him even saying Kelsey Plum's not on that team. Jewel Lloyd's a demon. I mean,
5'8" Kelsey Plum is physical enough, and Kelsey Plum still shoots at a 38%.
I think Kelsey Plum should be on the team, actually.
Whatever it is.
She's good enough.
And she's the second or third best player on her team. Let's go send Jackie Young. Let's go send Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd, who shoots 35% from the field and does nothing but score.
Yeah, Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray, those two Las Vegas Aces players would be two players I would clearly take off that team and put Caitlin Clark in instead.
She's not a point guard. Doesn't average 9 assists a game. Doesn't average 6 assists a game. I don't know what she does. I'm just guessing. I don't even care. You blew an opportunity, and you got Cheryl Miller on here asking for a 1,200% increase on what the NBA decides to give, according to Rob Parker, the welfare league.
Rob Parker.
Because that's what it's been for 25 years. It's been a welfare league. It's subsidized by the NBA fully. They're still going to lose $50 million because they want to.
It's still subsidized by the NBA. He's absolutely right. Just in case you guys don't know how that media deal works out. So the NBA does the negotiating for the deal. So the WNBA is under the NBA's umbrella, right? So the NBA is 1A, WNBA is 2. Right? There's no 1A, 1B. It's just number 2. So the NBA negotiates the deal. The NBA receives the lump sum of money from Amazon, the lump sum of money from NBC, the lump sum of money from Disney, ABC, okay? Then the NBA says, how much of this money do we want to give to the WNBA for them to do what they will? Whether they want to invest it back in their team, or they want to invest it in their players, in their facilities, in their salaries, in their pockets, whatever they want to do with this, into marketing, however they want to do with that, it's up to us to decipher what they are worth, and we will give them accordingly. But it's never enough for the WNBA. So, of course, the 2.2 needs to be an 8 for Cheryl Miller. Cheryl, the 2.2 barely should be a 2.2. It's lucky enough that Caitlin Clark is here saving the league to where we can say, you know what, 2.2? And you're revisiting it in 3 years to maybe renegotiate the deal and get some more money. As long as Caitlin Clark doesn't get injured, chances are looking pretty good. But if Caitlin Clark, by some freak chance, gets injured, then I think it's going to be a real cold day in hell for the WNBA.
Private jets, they want to have chartered planes. Well, you get it.
Well, it won't even be a cold day in hell, right? They already have their money. So it would be a bummer for the networks.
And that costs money. It ain't free. This isn't Food Stamps of America, or you're getting WIC for your babies.
It is. It is. The WNBA kind of is Food Stamps of America. Folks, I did a whole breakdown on the Ben Daniel podcast. They're putting in zero effort and trying to get maximum rewards. It absolutely is Food Stamps of America. Nobody's working at full tilt over there. Nobody is working at full tilt over there at all.
Real shit. This is money.
Real shit.
Costs money to give you these things. So they're still going to lose hand over fist. But the NBA allocated this money for you. The NBA decided what it was worth, what you were worth to them. But your response, Cheryl, is to say, oh, that's a lowball offer. No, it's not. Mm-hmm. It's actually a great offer.
Yeah.
And it's an offer that was created because of Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
And if you think that we know, or people know, that this is going to continue to grow this league, you cannot sit here and say that.
You're right.
Because Paige Bueckers isn't drawing 1.5 million viewers to watch her play on Sunday afternoon.
He's absolutely right.
In the middle of January on TV. She's not. She's a great player.
No, he's right. The only people drawing right now in college basketball, now that let me put it in its proper perspective, because he's not right. He's not wrong, but he's not right either at the same time, depending on what side of the coin you're looking at it from. Are they going to draw like Caitlin Clark? Hell no. Are they going to draw like they did 5-10 years ago? No either. If we take Caitlin Clark years out of it, Do I think this class of Hannah Hidalgo, Mywasia Fulwiley, Tessa Johnson, do I think that freshman class can act, Juju Watkins, do I think those girls can not reach Caitlin Clark numbers, but can have some respectable TV viewership numbers? Absolutely, I do. In terms of more than natural growth, not transcendent natural growth, but the fact that I even know these women's name, I'm tuning in, right? I'm tuning in to watch them play. On top of that, women's basketball is also in this little college football mode where Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, Kim Mulkey, Dawn Staley, we might be tuning in, Gino Auriemma, we might be tuning in to watch the coaches far more than we ever thought we would have. Dawn Staley is a huge, never knew Dawn Staley would be this big of a personality. Kim Mulkey and her Jackets, knew her at Baylor, but LSU, we're winning championships, we're winning titles. ESPN's got you on the forefront. It's a whole different ball game. So are they going to be drawing like Caitlin Clark? No, not at all. He's right about that. But are they not going to be drawing, period? When it comes to TV numbers, I disagree. When it comes to sitting down in the stadium, then I think he has a point here.
But there have been plenty of greats before her.
I think that's literally the decipher right there. I think people will still watch on TV like we always have, but like he said, we're not going to be paying to go to the stadium.
From UConn, plenty of greats.
And that's the impact, right? That's what he's talking about. So it is what it is.
From South Carolina, before her, plenty of greats from so many different schools who maybe have the impact on their home floor to fill up a building, but they don't have the viewership impact because their game doesn't excite people. Their game doesn't make you say, wow, holy shit. Caitlin Clark's game says it, makes you say it in every capacity. It does, and you don't.
Yeah, Paige might not have that game, but I think Mywasia is flashy enough to where she will have that game. I think she needs to be allowed to be flashy, because she's flashy. I think Dawn Staley wants to reel her in, but I think Mywasia is flashy enough to where she'll she might actually be like, oh damn, she's like Jamal Crawford out here.
I don't like it, but it does. And Cheryl Miller loves Caitlin Clark. I know this, so I'm not. Look, I like Cheryl Miller. I think Cheryl Miller's great. I think she's delusional though. I think she has no business sense whatsoever because she doesn't know basic math. And she says, I don't know math. Well, Cheryl, go in for a job offer and if you're making $20 an hour for a year or two, and then you sit here and say, oh, I want a 1,200% increase in my salary. So I want to make $220 an hour, $220 an hour. I'll pay you 20. I want 220. Get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here.
Is that 12 or is it 11? I don't know.
Whatever. 11, I think.
240 an hour. Whatever it is. I love Rob Parker's response. Spot on, my guy. I love your response. They need to hear this shit because they keep living in a land of freaking in a dreamland. This isn't Disney World.
They do. They hang out in Neverland with fucking Peter Pan. It's crazy.
This isn't Disneyland. This is not some amusement park where you dream about shit. This is real life. This is real money.
This isn't Tomorrowland, folks.
You got what you got. You make the deals on your own. See how much you get. See how much you get. God forbid something ever happens to Caitlin Clark. God forbid she's injured for something.
On wood.
I would never wish that. But God forbid that happened. Where do you think the viewership of this league would go? It'd go into the toilet.
In the toilet.
Nobody would watch it again because there's no players.
It would go in the It would go in the toilet. If she was to get injured tomorrow, it would go in the fucking toilet. I will agree with him. It will go in the toilet. I would probably still tune in to see what we got here. I would still tune in to see what we got with Kennedy Carter, what we got with Angel Reese, what we got with the new wave of Paige, Juju, Mywasia, Hannah. But as far as this year goes, if she gets injured, holy crap. I wonder if NBC or if any of these people have a clause like, yeah, we don't want these games anymore. You can take them back, part of your package.
Like her. And if you think there are, show them to me. Because I've watched Paige play. I've watched Juju play. They're not like her. Born of Kendrick Lamar. They're not like us. Us being Caitlin Clark. Ooh. Not me. Us. She's an us.
Yeah. No, they're not. They're not like Caitlin Clark. Paige is a great player. She's not going to draw like Caitlin Clark. Juju, great player. She's not going to draw like Caitlin Clark. Hannah Hidalgo, great player. Not gonna draw like none of them are gonna draw like Caitlin Clark. She's a one of one. Now, is there a diamond lurking in the rough in there somewhere? Right? If Juju goes on a deep run, can she be? She's not going to be a diamond in the rough, but she can be a viewership diamond in the rough. If she has a couple deep NCAA runs where she's dropping 30 points and she's piquing people's interest, like, damn, this might be the best mid-range game I've ever seen in the women's game, just like we're seeing with Caitlin Clark. Damn, this is the best handle we've ever seen in the women's game. This is the best three-point shot we've seen in the women's game. This is the best basketball IQ we've seen in the women's. This is the best pass we've seen in the women's. Just like we're saying that with Caitlin Clark, we could be saying something similar like that with Juju when it comes to her mid-range game and when it comes to her handle. She's kind of got like a little bit of Paul George in her, a little bit of DeMar DeRozan in her, to where she doesn't have crazy dribble moves, but that handle is so tight to where she gets to her spots at an easy clip. But Paige, I agree. Paige doesn't have a type of game that's going to make me excited. You know? Not at all. Before I let you guys go, please remember, follow these guys over here on Twitter. Come On Now Podcast at Come On Now Pod. And subscribe to them on YouTube as well. Come On Now. Come On Now, the podcast. Caitlin Clark, one of one. Paige Bueckers, Juju, never going to draw like Caitlin Clark. It just is what it is. Have a good day, folks. We'll see you again. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What video should we talk about next?